Mainland China, Chinese mainland or simply the mainland, is the geopolitical area under the direct jurisdiction of the People's Republic of China. It generally excludes the special administrative regions of Hong Kong and Macau, however, it usually includes Hainan. The term Mainland China, which avoids calling the area simply China, and thereby recognizing the founding of the PRC as the China, was coined by the Kuomintang after it took control of Taiwan, particularly after 1949, when the KMT-led Republic of China government was defeated in the Chinese Civil War on the mainland and fled to the island of Taiwan, and pledged to retake the mainland. The KMT considers both sides of the Taiwan Strait as China and one country, whereas Taiwan's Democratic Progressive Party considers only mainland China as China and Taiwan as Taiwan, and maintains that they are different countries. There are two terms in Chinese for mainland, namely, dalu, which means continent, and nidi, literally, inland, or inner land. In the PRC, the usage of the two terms are generally interchangeable and there is no prescribed method of reference in any jurisdiction. To emphasize equal footing in cross-strait relations, the term is used in official contexts with reference to Taiwan, with the PRC referring to itself as the mainland side. But in its relations with Hong Kong and Macau, the PRC government refers to itself as the Central People's Government. Mainland area is the opposing term to Free Area of the Republic of China, used in the ROC Constitution as amended in April 2000, which treats the mainland as part of ROC's territory despite lack of control. Background: by 1949, the Communist Party of China's People's Liberation Army had largely defeated the Kuomintang's National Revolutionary Army in the Chinese Civil War on the mainland. This forced the Kuomintang to relocate the government and institutions of the Republic of China to the relative safety of Taiwan, an island which was placed under the control of the Republic of China after the surrender of Japan at the end of World War II in 1945. With the establishment of the People's Republic of China on October 1, 1949, the CPC-controlled government saw itself as the sole legitimate government of China, competing with the claims of the Republic of China, whose authority is now limited to Taiwan and other islands. This has resulted in a situation in which two coexisting governments compete for international legitimacy and recognition as the government of China. The phrase Mainland China emerged as a politically neutral term to refer to the area under control of the Communist Party of China, and later to the administration of the PRC itself. Until the late 1970s, both the PRC and ROC envisioned a military takeover of the other. During this time, the ROC referred to the PRC government as Communist Bandits, while the PRC referred to the ROC as Chiang Bandits. Later, as a military solution became less feasible, the ROC referred to the PRC as Communist China. With the democratization of Taiwan in the 1990s, the phrase Mainland China soon grew to mean not only the area under the control of the Communist Party of China, but also a more neutral means to refer to the People's Republic of China government. This usage remains prevalent by the KMT today, due to the status as colonies of foreign states during the establishment of the People's Republic of China in 1949. The phrase Mainland China excludes Hong Kong and Macau. Since the return of Hong Kong and Macau to Chinese sovereignty in 1997 and 1999, respectively, the two territories have retained their legal, political, and economic systems. The territories also have their distinct identities. Therefore, mainland China generally continues to exclude these territories because of the one country, two systems policy adopted by the PRC central government towards the regions. The term is also used in economic indicators, such as the IMD Competitiveness Report. International news media often use China to refer only to mainland China or the People's Republic of China. Political use. In Taiwan, the term mainland is typically used to refer to mainland China, i.e., territory of the PRC, by the Kuomintang and its supporters, who share the view that China encompasses both sides of the Taiwan Strait. Since the KMT was the long-time ruling and only party in Taiwan until 2000, and had set up the educational system and taught children the term since its takeover in 1945, the term has been in mainstream use and usually has no particular political connotations, since generations born after the takeover were taught that Taiwan is part of Republic of China, and so is mainland China, and that they are Chinese. Government organizations and official and legal documents in Taiwan, including the Republic of China Constitution, also use the mainland to refer to mainland China. Since the ROC government has never recognized the founding of the PRC and because its constitution does not allow the existence of another state within its territory, constitutional amendments made in the 1990s had to refer to the area occupied by PRC as mainland, since it is officially considered still part of the ROC territory but just enemy-occupied. In contrast, the pro-Taiwan Independence Democratic Progressive Party prefer to use the term China instead, referring to the PRC, to imply that Taiwan is separate from China. Related to this naming and broader national identity issue, the DPP would also like to amend the ROC constitution to limit its scope and territorial description to the free area of the Republic of China only, and rectify the ROC country name to Republic of Taiwan instead, thereby eliminating the need to refer to the mainland area and free area altogether. In 1992, a high-level political meeting between the ROC and PRC was held in Hong Kong where what became called the 1992 Consensus developed. This consensus essentially reaffirmed that both the ROC and the PRC agree there is only one China in a definition that covers both sides of Taiwan Strait, but they differ on their own interpretation of what that China means. Each interprets and believes it is the China and has a claim on the territories held by the other. In this context, the term mainland China is agreeable to both sides since they both conceive China as including mainland and Taiwan, and therefore need this term to distinguish the two areas. However, since it was the KMT who came to this consensus with China, the Pan-Green Coalition does not embrace this term as the Pan-Blue Coalition does. In Taiwan, under the concept of Mainlander, another comparative term often used is Waishengren, which are the people who immigrated to Taiwan from mainland China with the Kuomintang around the end of the Chinese Civil War in 1949, as well as the descendants born in Taiwan. The status of Waishengren in Taiwan is a divisive political issue. For many years certain groups of mainlanders were given special treatment by the KMT government which had imposed martial law on Taiwan. More recently, pro-Taiwan independence politicians calling into question the loyalty and devotion to Taiwan and pro-Chinese reunification politicians accusing the pro-independence politicians of playing identity politics. The term mainlander mostly refers to Daluan, meaning people who live in mainland China. After the Republic of China's relocation to Taiwan, the Kuomintang party state them viewed the term Dalu with nostalgic overtones, associating it with the land of their utopian past childhood. Schoolchildren were taught slogans like "Counterattack the mainland" and "Save our mainland compatriots from the deepest water and hottest fire." The Taiwanese were also told that they were the guardians of traditional Chinese culture until political reunification. However, democratization on Taiwan has led to the rise of voices which denounced traditional attitudes towards the mainland and the ancestral home system, pressing for Taiwanization, deethnicization, and Taiwan cultural independence. Concurrently, the mainland Chinese economic reform changed the connotation of mainland China to one of primitiveness, nativeness, and raw cultural material for economic gain, as well as condescension because of Taiwan's comparatively advanced economy. Warlike phrases like "counterattack the mainland" saw a revival, but in reference to the economic expansion of Taiwanese businesses. Despite the rebranding of the Kuomintang in the 1990s as a party native to Taiwan, Kuomintang continues to produce a variety of mainland-related media such as the television program Searching for the Strange on the Mainland. In Hong Kong and Macau, the terms Mainland China and Mainland-The are frequently used for people from China's mainland. The Chinese term needy, meaning the inland but still translated mainland in English, is commonly applied by SAR governments to represent non-SAR areas of PRC, including Hainan Island and coastal regions of mainland China, such as constitutional and mainland affairs and immigration departments. In the mainland and Hong Kong closer economic partnership arrangement, the CPG also uses the Chinese characters inner land, with the note that they refer to the customs territory of China. In mainland China, in the PRC, the term is often contrasted with the term for things outside of the mainland region. Examples include administration of foreign-funded banks, or the measures on administration of representative offices of foreign insurance institutions. Hainan is an offshore island, therefore geographically not part of the continental mainland. Nevertheless, politically it is common practice to consider it part of the mainland because its government, legal and political systems do not differ from the rest of the People's Republic in the geographical mainland. Nonetheless, Hainanese people still refer to the geographic mainland as the mainland and call its residents mainlanders. In some coastal provinces such as Guangdong, Fujian and Jiangsu, people often call the area of non-coastal provinces of mainland China as inland. Others. In the United States' Taiwan Relations Act, the rock-controlled islands of Quemoy and Matsu were excluded from the definition of Taiwan, and are regarded as parts of mainland China. The House Foreign Affairs Committee justified this exclusion on the grounds that Quemoy and Matsu are considered by both Taipei and by Peking to be part of mainland China. Quemoy and Matsu are geologically part of the continental mainland. Other terms. Other use of geography-related terms are also often used where neutrality is required.